Okay, so we started this lesson already. If you're at home watching this video, you might want to pause it here. I had all the students write this down already, the stuff on the smartboard. It's a description about the line. Guys, quiet. It's a description of everything we're doing with graphing. Okay, so we already decided this line is solid because it has that equal to symbol. We figured out the slope. Students helped me graph it and find the y-intercept, which was 4. From here now, we've got to determine this. We're only like halfway there. This is probably the most critical part for this unit because we already should know the other stuff, is where to shade. Now, here's the problem. Every time we have a line on the graph, it cuts our graph into 2 spots. Sometimes it looks like the left or right. Sometimes it's a little more clear cut. But which half are we going to shade? Am I going to shade this part or this part? Here. It can be confusing depending on where I put my hands. So here's the trick. You're going to draw 2 vertical, maybe symbols or something. I'm going to draw a star and then maybe a square. And they're vertically aligned. There's an imaginary vertical line between the 2. Are both of the shapes on different sides of our graphed line?
Yes.
Then we're good. But they need to be lined up vertically for this test to work. This symbol means greater than. Greater than, we like to think of from our chart, greater than is above. No matter which of the greater than, greater than, equal to, or greater than, it's still above the line. But it's hard to tell what is above or what is below. But if we have these 2 symbols, which one is above? Star or square?
Star.
The star is. But you know what that means? If it's on the star side, it's part of the answers. Even the ones down here. Everything on the star side is greater than or equal to. So that's where you shade. Everybody got that? Now, we're going to be doing a lot of types of shading. We may have multiple shadings on one graph, not today, but in the future. So just use a little line and lightly shade here because we may have multiple lines and multiple overlapping shades later. Make sure your line spans the entire graph. Get in the habit of having and put multiple points like I'm doing, because this thing is going to get confusing when we have multiple pieces of algebra that we have to graph. So extend your dots, extend your lines, put arrows on them, and then get the shading lightly like this. Everybody have the gist of this? First one. All right, question time. Why is our line solid? Andrew. Fuzzy ball time.
Kobe.
Why is it solid?
This is the line under the greater than sign.
Fantastic. We have an equal to symbol on there. Fantastic. That's why it's a solid line. Why did it start at 4? Why did we start it at 4? Because the y-intercept is 4. Why is the line trending downward? Why is the line trending downward from left to right? Why is it going like that? Because the line is negative. The slope is negative. It's not the 3, it's the fact that 3 is negative. Okay. Why did I use the star and the square?
They can figure out what part of shape.
Correct. How did the star and the square help you out figuring out which one was above or below? You gotta get my fluffy football. Okay, want me to say the question again? How did the star and the square help us to determine what was above or below? They're both on different sides of the line. And what about their positioning helped you determine above or below? Does anybody have an answer? Give it to Nika.
So the star is like everything like greater than it, and because it's above the line, but everything in the square is under the line.
Right. Sure. And the thing that I think will help you do this is if they're aligned vertically. One is above and one is below. Okay? Everybody have a little bit of an idea? A little bit? Okay. We're going to jump to number 2. Go ahead and see if you can graph this one. Do what you can. I would say do it lightly since we're still learning. All right, let's begin. Where do we start? Where do we start, Edwin? Where do you start? Correcto.
-5.
All right, -5. That's our first dot. What is the slope? Another word is, what is the number in front of x? Huh? 3/5? Very good. How do I use the arrows for that? How do we do the arrows on the 3/5? No responde. Okay.
Because he called one of these. Why don't you look at that?
Guys, this doesn't have to be a big deal. You don't know?
No.
Okay.
Wait, what's the question?
How do you do the arrows?
You do them up 3 to right 5.
How do you know it's up?
It's a positive number.
Because it's positive. Very good. It's positivo. So it's arriba tres, derecha cinco. Up 3, right 5. What kind of line are we going to have? Oh, make eye contact. What kind of line? Is it solid or dashed? And why? Solid or dashed? The answer's in your notes we just wrote down. The solid ones
She said solid.
are here.
She just said solid.
Why? What does the inequality symbol have with it? Okay, solid is just like a closed circle, and that happens with the equal to symbol. And we have an equal to symbol. Same with this one with the equal to symbol. It's solid. So ours in this case is less than or equal, so that's why our line is solid. I'm going to ask you that question again later. Alright? If it doesn't have the equal, it's dashed. But ours has the equal, so we have a solid line. Let's go with pink. Of course. Okay. We'll have a star and we'll have a circle. Okay. Which one is above the star or the circle?
The star.
The star is above. Oh!
Messi. Where'd it go? It's right there. It hit my foot.
He doesn't pitch, does he?
No, he does. That's what it looks like. Too.
Batteries.
That's what it
Okay,
looks like.
all right, yeah. So you don't want to be the batter.
Bro, throw 72 in
Because
water.
you'll be a statistic. Okay, so the star is above. Are we going to shade above for this one?
Yes.
She said we're not going to shade above. We're not going to shade above this time. Does anyone know why she's correct? She says we're not going to shade above. That means we're shading below. Why? For qué?
Because it's less than?
Correct. Less than is going to mean below. Man, y'all are not very athletic. Remind me not to ask y'all to wrestle.
I'm athletic. Good.
I already have. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, you asked me to wrestle.
So you want to wrestle, Maddie? All right. So I've got these positioned as such. It's easier to see what above or below is. The O or the circle is below. This is a less than symbol, so we would lightly shade below.
Oh, because it's less than.
Because it's less than, we shade below. And it says that in the key I gave you before. This is the same symbol we have. We shade below the line. The line is solid. It's similar to a closed circle would be in middle school. Okay, let's jump to the next one. You should remember how to graph this. I'll give you a moment to think about it. Pictures twice. I gave you the 4 pictures. If it's y equals a number, it's horizontal. It's a horizontal line. Here are the y's.
We shade both of them.
It goes across at 4, but the problem is
It's at -4.
-4, my bad.
100.
It's down here. I did the same thing last block. It's down there.
I got that right.
This one is more obvious, okay? This one's more obvious because above and below are easier to see. But with the slanted lines, it's much harder to see. Is the star and circle actually part of the graph?
No.
No, it's just a tool. You could use your fingers. If you want to not do it after a while and not put the little symbols there, that's fine. I just don't use letters like A and B because that'll just mislead you. And they shut off the AC.
Yeah, it's kind of steamy.
Oh, you literally got a whole suit on. So you're probably hot.
That's not a whole suit.
It's missing the
Well,
jacket.
it's
It's a shirt and a tie.
Half the suit.
It's missing.
Is that like wearing half a t-shirt? What would that look like? All right, see if you can do this one. Good luck. All right, so graphing the line. I think most of us had that part down. Most of us know we start at what value? Where do we start? And then we use our slope. Positive, so it's up. So we go up 4/3. And our line, is it solid or dashed? It's solid. Why do we know it's solid? It has the equal to symbol, right? Okay, now we've got to pick. And this is where the shapes come in handy. Pick a shape above and below. And this one is less than. So we're going to shade where the square is. And I lined them up vertically so it's easier to tell. So I shade on the entire side where the square is. There are many solutions. Okay, so when you guys did the number line back in the day, any of these could be answers. So like 2 is bigger than -2. 18 is bigger than -2. You have a lot of different answers.
Teachers, please send sophomores' last names P through S. P through S to the theater with their camera cards.
Here, for example, we have lots of answers, and because the line is solid, points on the line are also answers. So you can, when the line's solid, the line is part of the shaded region, but there's so much more solutions out there. There's an infinite pool there.
Infinite money rules.
Okay, this one is, again, it's one of the, it's two of the four special pictures. It's one of the four special pictures. We have vertical and horizontal, and then we have positive slant, negative slant. In this case, this is a vertical line, and so you just travel along the x's. Here's the x's, and you go to -5, and you draw your dashed line.
It's a dash line.
Yeah, I know what to do.
Now we know the horizontal one was easy, above and below. It's already laid out there for you. You almost don't even need the shapes. But with the vertical line, above and below is real tricky. Okay?
It's in the middle.
So our line cuts the graph into two halves. We've got this half and this half. So here's what we need to consider. The numbers are -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And then on this side, we have -6, -7, -8, -9. Which ones are smaller than -5?
-6, -7,
The
-8.
left side, right? The left side. So if it's talking about the x's, look at the x's to figure out which side to shade.
Bingo.
Are the points on the line part of the answers?
No.
No. That's why it's dashed. It's like a whole lot of little circles all the way down. That's what that dashed line is. Open circles. Let me see. Okay. Now that we've got all these examples done, I want you to do 3, 5, and 6, and I'm going to call students to put these answers on the smart board in a little bit. Okay, so our A-list superstars in the classroom just put these problems up. I don't know about these empty circles here.
Oh, it's because I just felt like
You start there,
I thought it
and
was
you
forgiven.
go up 2, and some of these match, and then they don't match anymore. So,
I didn't really realize that.
I don't feel like the correct lot of dots.
he shaded it correctly, it is dashed. Add the arrows here. This is above, he shaded it correctly, that's good. This is solid and shaded above. Okay, the one thing students will struggle with on something like this is they know they need to go up 7 and over 4. Just write a general guess. And then go backwards and follow the same trend. And you're good. So if you use our technique of 7 over 4 and it's up and right, you're gonna go off the chart, that's fine. Give a tentative estimate point, and then go in reverse, and then you can know you're following the right pattern. And then once you found this point, you know it's up 7, 4, so it matches the arrows and stuff. Everybody good? Okay, so that's kind of our practice. You're gonna have a worksheet. When you're done with the worksheet, at that point, I'm gonna ask you to check your answers, but we'll have an answer key posted online.
Is that it for the whole class?